Hey everybody, it's Ed Espinoza out here at Texas State University. Damn it. Hey everybody, it's Ed Espinoza out here at Texas Southern University in Houston today. Different TSU, a little farther, closer to the Gulf Coast. We're here for the Democratic debate. This is the third Democratic debate of the season. We have 10 candidates on stage, only one night this time. And it's going to be pretty exciting. We have a long line of people out here in 100-degree heats. Yang gangers right there coming by. we got them all. We've got Yang, we've got Bernie and Beto and Biden and anybody else whose last name starts with a B. They're up there tonight, along with Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, Castro. I don't know if I got them all. I might have missed one. Maybe Booker was in there. But it's exciting. It might be fall in most places right now, but the heat index in Houston today is 100 degrees. And you've got people who've been out here lining up for hours. Right now, you can probably see behind me, it's moving pretty well, but this line has been all the way to me up until a few minutes ago. And I would say there's probably about 400 people in that line right now waiting to get in, and the debate doesn't even start for another 3 hours. So some of the things that we can expect to see tonight, you're going to have the candidates talking about health care, you're going to have candidates talking about gun safety, they're going to talk a little bit about foreign relations, and of course climate is something that should come up. Let's also remember that immigration is a big issue here in Texas. But let's talk about why everybody has come to Texas in the first place. Texas has been changing, and as the electorate has grown, as the population has grown, so has the electorate. That makes Texas the potential to be the biggest battleground state in 2020. Now, 2018 was a very good year for Democrats in this state, but 2016 was also a good year. This is a trend that has been happening for a number of years now. As the state's population has grown, we've seen 1.5 million new Democratic voters on the rolls, and we've only seen about 150,000 Republican voters over that same period of time. So the polls are tightening here in Texas, and the races have been tightening over the years. Democrats have picked up 19 seats in the legislature and 2 seats in Congress. Still need to flip it statewide, but it's getting closer every year. So that's part of the excitement. That's why people have come out to Houston today. That's why the Democrats are in Texas to really plant the flag and make this the biggest battleground state for the next 12 months. So let's talk a little bit more about what's happening out here right now. You might hear some of the helicopters going on above. There's a lot of security out, a lot of security around the campus right now. One thing to keep in mind is how important some of the dignitaries that are joining us today. I want you to come on over here. We've got State Representative John Busey here, State Representative Celia Israel, both coming down from the Austin area.
Yeah.
Who are you guys rooting for today?
I think we got a bunch of great candidates, but I'm proud to support Julian Castro.
Nice.
I think he's going to do well today in his home state.
I like them all. We got so many talented people, especially the women, of course.
Right.
And a really smart gay guy.
Celia Israel, representative from Austin. John Busey, representative from Cedar Park, Austin area.
Yeah.
Good to see you both.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Alrighty. Hey there. So, not only will we have lots of dignitaries here, but one thing to keep in mind with presidential candidates is that many presidential candidates, whether or not we know it, are eligible for Secret Service protection. Now, the way that works is the minute somebody receives some sort of a credible threat, they become eligible for that protection. Now, they have to pay for it. It's not cheap. It's $30,000 a month to get Secret Service protection, but it is something that most of these bigger campaigns can afford, and most of them end up bringing on as they get closer to the actual election season. So we'll see some of that out here today. We haven't seen too many of them yet. Most of it has been the Sheriff's Department, the Harris County Sheriff's Department, the Houston PD, as well as the Texas Southern Police Department. But for the most part, this is one of the most secure areas you will see in Houston today. So that's just a little bit about what the setting is like here at the debate. Let's get back to the debate itself. We've got, this is the third debate, and this one is sponsored by ABC News. And that doesn't mean that ABC News is the only one that's involved. It means that they are the main ones that are putting this on. They'll be leading the moderators at the debate table tonight. But all of the major media will be here. CNN is here, MSNBC is here, Fox is also here. A lot of other local affiliates are here. I saw NPR in there a little earlier. I saw Spectrum News from Austin that was in there. WFAA from Dallas-Fort Worth is up there as well. Dallas Morning News too. So as you can see, this is a big national event, international event as well. There are probably about 300 members of the press in that press room right now. I'll be in there later tonight offering a little bit more information. So that's a little bit about what's happening in this debate. Let's talk about the issues one last time. You know, a lot of times you'll hear this claim that sometimes Democrats are too liberal for Texas, or they're too liberal for this race. But that's just not true. What we're seeing right now is a lot of the issues that people are talking about: affordable access to affordable care, coverage of pre-existing conditions, addressing climate change. Those are progressive issues that are also mainstream issues. We wrote a piece about it on Progress Texas. It's on our homepage right now. Go check it out on our Flipping Texas report. It talks about these progressive issues being mainstream issues. We have polling data from around Texas from the year 2019. It's all this year's polling data that's there to show that Democrats are in the mainstream in Texas right now. Gun safety, another big issue on that right now. Obviously an issue that has hit very close to home here in Texas over the past year, and one that we expect to see on the debate stage tonight. How are we doing on time, Tara? Yeah. Okay. What else can I tell you all? We can talk a little bit more about the crowds that are coming out that keep trickling in. As I mentioned, it might be fall in most parts of America right now, but the heat index is 100 degrees out here, and the humidity is 47%. It's more typical of a Texas fall than not. So that's a little bit about what we have going. We still have more people that are trickling in, and you know, the debate doesn't even start until 7 o'clock, so we still have quite a ways. What's that? That's right, and Progress Texas will have a poll tonight. Thank you, Tara, my handy camera person here, reminded me that Progress Texas will have a poll up on our page tonight. When the debate is over, encourage you all to visit our page and vote in the poll. Tell us who you think won the debate, whether or not you actually support that person. We want to know if you thought somebody in particular really stood out. And this is going to be a critical moment in this debate, because not only is it important to shed a spotlight on Texas as a battleground state, but one thing that's really important is that this is the first debate where Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden will share the stage at the same time. We haven't seen that all year, which is a bit surprising given that they've both been the front runners over the last 8 weeks, but now they'll be on the debate stage together. Curious to see how that pans out. Also curious to see if Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg can keep their 4th and 5th place intact, or if our home state favorites Beto O'Rourke or Julian Castro are able to have a breakthrough moment tonight. A lot to watch. We want to hear what you have to say about it. So be on the lookout for our poll on Facebook. Also follow us on Twitter. We'll also have some stories up on Instagram. You can see them on all of our social channels starting tonight at 7 o'clock and all through the night from there on out.